I gave Opus 5 and Fable 5 the exact same prompt and asked them to build the exact same app. This is what Opus built. And this is what Fable built. Same prompt, same effort, one shot each, no revisions. Opus took 39 minutes, Fable took 25 minutes, so Fable was 14 minutes faster, but speed doesn't matter if the faster model built the worst app. So let's see which one actually did the better job. Let's start with Opus 5. Okay, first reaction, I think it's generally really good. Visually, it's very attention grabbing. We've got charts, we've got graphs, we've got revenue. I've got all the client details here and the data behind each project. I've got delivery metrics. Here's the automation section. I then click inside each automation and look at the success rate, average runtime, cost per run, hours saved, and the return on infra spend. Again, it's all very visual. And inside priorities, this is a great one because this is one that I need to keep my eye on as a solopreneur. So I'm the guy that's talking to clients, building the projects, and making sure everything gets delivered on time. And something like this will absolutely help me do that. I've also got an activity section. So if I do have additional members that want to bring inside this dashboard, I can see what they're working on as well. So what I really love about Opus is that it's built a really polished dashboard. I mean, look at this. This is very interactive. It's telling me my biggest jobs, and the top 3 accounts carry 42% of recurring revenue. Tells me what's up for renewal, and click inside of each of these client accounts, and every link works. I haven't found anything that doesn't work yet. I can add notes for either myself or team members. And honestly, for one prompt, this is seriously impressive. Now let's look at Fable 5. And this is what Fable built. And immediately, I think it's not as polished as Opus was. I mean, there's an overview here. I've got revenue. I've got weighted pipeline. I've got automation runs. But I don't think the graphs and charts really grab my attention the same way Opus did. And honestly, this dashboard feels a bit more clunkier. But let's run through the exact same areas. So I'm inside of the client section here, and I can see the monthly revenue rate, hours saved. It tells me that this client is healthy, and I can also add some internal notes. I've got contacts here on the right hand side and recent activities. And this is great if I'm doing a collaboration project with team members. On the projects, I do like this, what Fable has built, and this is more of a Kanban process that I do use outside in tools like Asana. So this is under discovery, this is build, UAT, and live. And I like that. That's a real nice touch. Under automations, you've got a nice quick view of where we're at with each client and project. It's got a nice success rate here, which is always very interesting. The number of runs, the last run, and the status. The pipeline is a nice CRM touch that I can integrate into this dashboard. It tells me the open pipeline revenue, the weighted, the won, and the win rate. And this is quite interesting because I actually use and pay for external CRM apps to do this. And on the tasks, this is great because this helps me keep on track with what's been done and what needs to be done. And it's also got priorities. So these are priority 1s, there's priority 2, and priority 3 based on how important these tasks are. And under activity, these are just line items. There's nothing that amazing about it, to be honest. And if I run these side by side, we can get a clearer visual representation of what each language model did. So while Opus looks much better, it's much more polished, which is the one on the left-hand side. I feel like there's been a lot more thought process when building with Opus 5. On the right-hand side, the overview is not the same as Opus on the left. It's a bit more basic. It looks very AI generated, and that's a pretty big difference between the two. And remember, this is the exact same prompt, and this is where the differences become obvious. Visually, I prefer Opus 5, and I think you can see why. I'm on the same home screen, but look at the difference in depth between Opus and Fable. It's more visually compelling. I love this. The color contrast of the runs per volume by hour, and every section feels very intentional. Like Opus has really thought about. And overall, it just looks like something I'd actually use. And Opus is something I could definitely sell to clients. But functionality is a different question. And again, I'd give the winner to Opus 5 because Fable just feels a lot more clunky. For example, these are both client pages, but look at the difference in contrast. Opus is just way more interesting, and Fable is a little bit blah, which is very surprising. And for usability, I think it's obvious that Opus 5 wins this hands down. And overall, I'd say this is a clean sweep. But there's one difference that we haven't talked about enough, and that's time. Because Fable built this in 25 minutes, and Opus took 39 minutes to build this. So that is 14 minutes longer. And that's a significant difference, especially if you're using these models to build things repeatedly. So the question becomes, does Opus give you enough extra quality to justify waiting the 14 minutes longer? And looking at these two, the answer is an undeniable yes. It's absolutely worth the extra 14 minutes. And it's not like I'm actually sat here waiting for them to build out. Because I've set it to auto permissions, both Opus and Fable can go ahead, build it in the background, because I'm not giving it any additional prompting. I'm not asking it to fix it if there's any mistakes, which means that I can carry on with my day-to-day work. I can talk to my private AI community. I can talk to clients. I can record Loom videos or even start building the next YouTube video. My point is, I'm not sat here waiting for this to be built. So let's score them. For design, I give Opus 5 a 10 out of 10. It's absolutely nailed the design brief. I love the colors, I love the gradients, I love the charts versus the graphs. Everything is very intentional. For Fable, I give it a 4 out of 10 because it needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of direction. When I gave both language models the same prompt. Functionality, I still think Opus 5 wins hands down. It's easier to use, the navigation is on point, everything that works, there's no broken links, and it's done an unbelievable job. So I'll give it another 10 out of 10. And for Fable, it's more or less done the same as Opus 5. I don't see any broken links, all the navigations work, and yeah, I can operate it in the same way that I can operate the Opus dashboard. For usability, Opus 5 is again another 10 out of 10. It's really easy to use. I love how it's given me a morning brief, which I didn't ask it in the prompt. And Fable had the same opportunity to wow me, to make it a serendipitous feel inside the dashboard, but it hasn't done that. It hasn't gone outside of the guidelines I gave it in the prompting, which normally isn't a bad idea. But I want the language model to wow me. That's what this test's about. So in terms of usability for Fable, it's still a 9, a 10 out of 10. It hasn't disappointed me in that respect. So for speed, that's Fable, and that's easy. It's 25 minutes versus 39. And overall, for this particular test, I'll give the award to Fable. Now, obviously, this is just one test. I'm not saying that Opus is automatically better at everything, but I actually prefer tests like this to actual benchmarks because I can see the difference myself. I have the same prompt, the same task, 2 finished products. And if I were choosing which one I'd actually use, I'd pick Opus 5. And the exact prompt I used is in the video description below. And I think the next obvious test is Opus 5 versus GPT 5.6. I'll use the same prompt, the same rules, and let's see what happens. And if you love this video, consider smashing the like button, watch the next video on screen, and I'll see you next time.